3.
Hi, how's it going, guys? I'm Dustyn with Hampton Toyota. I wanted to come present the new 2014 Tundra. This one right here happens to be the SR5 Edition Crew Max, four-wheel drive with a TRD off-road package. First thing I want to do is start off underneath the hood. Notice you got a whole new hood system right here. You got a little scoop, a little dip that goes down on the inside. On the SR5, you do have the chrome that goes around, and also the chrome symbol. First thing I want to start off with is the bumper. On the front and the back, you do have a 5-mile-per-hour bumper, and mainly what that's for is to park. If you end up running into a pole or a car 5 miles or less, obviously you're parking, so you're not going to be going that fast. It's not going to affect it. It's not going to scratch it. The other thing I'd like to point out is you got polycarbonate lenses. Same material that a football helmet's made out of. It's not gonna scratch or chip if a rock hits it, unless that rock's going about 500 miles an hour. It's got to be going pretty fast. All your fluids underneath the hood are going to be labeled. You got your radiator fluid, your radiator coolant reservoir, windshield washer fluid, power steering fluid, and then you got your brake fluid right over here, along with the braking system right next to it, versus being underneath your engine like some vehicles. That's really an old school way to do things. On the newer ones, they have them up there because it's less likely to get impacted in an accident, and if it does, it's a lot easier to repair and a lot less costly. The other thing we got is our battery. It's not in any awkward place behind the engine or way over there where it's hard to get to and change out. Just two simple nuts you got to unscrew and change it out whenever it's that time. Your engine is also on liquid filled engine mounts, and what that mainly is for is to soak up the vibration of your engine. The other thing is you have plenty of sound suppressant on your engine. Directly above it you have the insulation right here, which suppresses the sound and also keeps the engine heat minimal. It helps out the radiator. And then you also have it up underneath your hood too, and that serves as an insulator and paint protectant, because of course if heat were to get to your paint, well, that wouldn't be a good thing. You also have insulation along the back wall too. It helps keep noise from coming inside the cabin. And then also back here you do have your computer for diagnostics. Pretty easy to get to. You're not going to have to take all kinds of things apart or have people roaming around inside your vehicle to run a diagnostic test. Right here you also have your crumple zones. Unlike other trucks, ours is a little different. You got this cushion right here, helps the hood seal tightly, which actually helps with aerodynamics, and it also protects your fingers if you're working underneath your hood, because this little piece underneath it is razor sharp. Just like all of our competitors, except ours is covered. Protects you. You got 4 different zones for crumple zones, and that's the effect that you get if you would get in a collision. It's going to give it that accordion effect. That way you don't take the impact that your truck will. Your engine will drop down, go to the ground, versus going into your lap. And then also your hood has crumple zones as well, which will do a teepee, kind of like a tent, and serve as a protectant for things flying through your window, protect you. On this particular model, you got the upgraded alloy wheels, Chrome Edition, 20-inch, and also the unique tires. Junior from Orange County Customs actually designed those tires. The other thing we have is you got see this little fin right here? You have a fin here. You also have one back here. You actually have 2 back here. And what those are called are vortex generators. And what that's going to do is when you're driving along the road, and this happens a lot on the interstate, wind comes tumbling at your vehicle, and what it does is it actually disperses the wind and helps reduce your drag. Doesn't really have much to do with miles per gallon, but it does make a more comfortable ride. You won't be having that shaky side to side feeling. The other thing we got back here, you have your tow package. Everything's easily accessible. You also have your 4-pin connector and your 7-pin connector. And another great feature is that it's right here versus being underneath. It's going to be easier to connect. There's going to be less of a chance of moisture or dirt getting inside there in the position that it's in. All 2014 Tundras are going to come equipped with a backup camera. One of the snazzy things I like that they did is the imprint in the back tailgate. That's new. Just a nice little feature. And then also you have the little hydraulic arm that helps assist so your tailgate doesn't drop down at a sudden impact. Super easy to pick up. I can actually use 2 of my fingers just to pick it up and close it. Another one of the things I'd like to point out is how reinforced our hooks actually are in the tailgate. This one particularly, and most of our Tundras, will have a spray and bed liner, but our hooks are reinforced, and you can tighten those things up as much as you can, and they're not going to go nowheres. On some of our other competitors, I'm not going to say who it is, but they have their hooks right here. You tighten something up, for some reason, I don't know why they put them there, but your bed will actually pop out, and it will actually damage the inside of your bed. Underneath, and this is going to be hard to see, but this is where your ring gear would be. We have the largest one on the market. It's actually larger than the one on the F250. What you have here, this Tundra, is actually a half-ton truck on a 3/4 ton chassis. The chassis is a triple tech frame, and what that means is you have 3 different sections with C-channel locks. It's welded together, and it's made to flex while you're driving. The only other kind of frame is a box frame, which most of our competitors use. If you would be pulling something and it twisted a certain way, ours has a little give where it's made to do that, just like a diesel truck that pulls a lot of things, except this one's a gas truck. Our competitors, though, with the box frame, if they're pulling something and it's a heavy weight and it twists, it has a chance of twisting their frame, which would total the truck. Moving on to the back seat. One thing I want to point out first, you got this nice little Louisiana Edition emblem, which I like. All right, in the back seat, you have a total of 6 cup holders / bottle holders. You got 2 in each door, and then you also have the one that folds down right here. So if nobody's sitting in the middle, you got all 6. You got a nice toned fabric, 2-tone, and got a little pattern in the middle. And also your seat will fold up, and you'll have plenty of storage room. The Tundra actually has more room than any of its competitor. More interior room on the market. You also have your vents right here for the AC, and a power point outlet for the back seat. And another cool feature is underneath the seats you also have vents. It might be a little hard to see. That's going to be upside down, Donovan. But you get the picture.
The video doesn't upside down, it flips it.
Not on my phone. Okay, so you got the tweeters right here in the door. Also the speakers in your back door. So sound system is going to be nice. You got the child safety locks. One thing I didn't think to point out a second ago is our whole window, the back rear window, actually rolls down all the way. The entire window does. We're the only truck out there with that. It's completely electric. You'll have some other trucks out there with the electric window that might slide sideways, and then you have the Titan where partial of the window will go down. But overall, this is the best because during the summertime when that heat builds up in your truck all day long, you're gonna have all kinds of heat. You get in your truck, roll that back window down, turn on your AC. It's gonna blow it out of there within 2-3 seconds, and you'll have a cool truck. You got your running boards. You got defrost on the mirrors. Those cold mornings when it's foggy, you defrost real quick. You got your power seats with lumbar support. In the front seat, you actually have 7 bottle and cup holders. All power locks, power windows, and also power mirrors, of course. The mirror controls are going to be right here. Then you got your lights for the inside of the vehicle, and this little scroll knob right here is actually for your headlights. So if you're pulling a load and it's a little bit too heavy and makes your truck to where the front end comes up a little bit, you can adjust your lights right here so you don't actually blind the person that's driving in front of you. You got your Louisiana Edition floor mats. You also have your controls for the cargo light, and this would be your control for the back window right here. On your steering wheel, you have the controls for your radio, and it also connects for your Bluetooth on your phone, so you can control that as well on here, and also volume controls, and then you have your phone controls right here. Now, to get to safety features real quick, we got dual front airbags, driver and passenger. You got knee airbags. You got side impact airbags that come off the seat, and then you have side curtain airbags that go all the way throughout. So the protection's there. Go ahead and I'll adjust the seat back a little bit. I'm going to hop in the other side and show you a couple more things. Okay, one of the other things that are now standard in the 2014 Tundra is the screen right here. On this particular model, you have the touch screen equipped with XM radio, and you also have a button for your apps. And it's not going to come with the navigation on this particular model, but you are going to get apps such as weather, traffic. It'll give you a 3-day forecast, a 12-hour forecast, and I believe a 24-hour forecast. You also have your new updated brushed steel look, which I love that. It's a nice little feature versus it being black. Previously, you can get something similar to this, but it was on the higher models up. Now it's standard on all SR5 models. Down here, you have your power outlets, and then you also have your USB and auxiliary input. You got your four-wheel drive. And the great thing about this truck is you can do four-wheel drive on the fly. As long as you're going under 62 miles per hour, you can step it into four-wheel high. Now, of course, for four-wheel low, you're going to have to be parked and put it in neutral. It's made for real low speeds when you're really stuck in the mud. The other thing we have, and it might be hard for you to point it right here, but you got your little traction control button. That's actually to turn it off because it's on all the time. With every single Tundra, you have automatic limited slip differential. You also have smart stop